A very good day, everyone. If we are all here, let's start the meeting.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Yes,
sir.
Joshua.
Sure.
It's a pleasure to welcome all of you to represent your respective department. By the way, we are here today to discuss our company's anti-smoking campaign, and we're gonna organize the event. Jenny, would you mind taking the minutes?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Before that, this anti-smoking campaign is really important for our company. We must make sure that the campaign will give impact and exposure to the public. But before that, we can see that all the members attend this meeting. Thank you for coming. First, let's go over the report from the last meeting in which our company ADIDAS would like to organize an anti-smoking campaign corresponding with the anti-smoking campaign by WHO this month. So, as you all know, we are going to set up and organize the campaign. We need to discuss the ideas for that. Why don't we start with the first agenda, which is about the place? Let's hear from our treasurer Azim.
Thank you so much, sir. So, let me begin by asking all of you a question about the place that we need for the campaign to be held. My team and I have agreed that we will do it in the spacious and big hall. Since, as we all remember, we are still dealing with COVID-19 endemic in the country. As a result, we must prioritize SOPs that are outlined by the government.
I think it's better if we do it in the open hall to avoid crowded people. Since we do it in the open hall, we can prioritize the COVID safety area to avoid any unnecessary contact with many people. We did not want more cases to arise because of our campaign.
Since the issue with COVID-19 has yet to be resolved, I completely agree with Wani that we should do it in the open hall. We also can do it at an open hall or on the field. We will able to monitor the number of guests and have our SOP ready. Don't you agree, Jenny?
Yes, of course. Furthermore, in my opinion, we should avoid the spread of the COVID-19 among our company staff and the public. So I suggest we need to choose outdoor venues for indoor spaces.
I think we should have plan B for location. The weather can be a problem for us if we are in an open space. The weather must be steaming hot or rainy, so we should think about the second place for backup. The weather lately is unpredictable.
Okay, we should keep in mind that I think we all will settle by picking an open hall for our campaign. That's settled. Next agenda, please.
Nicely done. Let's move on to the next agenda of the meeting, which is about our target participants from our company, staff, and the public who are interested in joining the campaign. Do you guys know anything about that?
I would suggest the first thing that we need to consider to achieve our objective of the campaign is our target audience. This is because the target audience is very important. We must target all various age groups of people to join this campaign. And through the audience also, we know whether our events was successful or not, depending on their involvement. And after the event, their feedback we can use for improvement in the future.
Mm, In my opinion, I would like to suggest that for the target audience, we should invite audience that are interested in our product. Maybe we can target an audience among adults, teenagers, and also could be children. How about that, sir?
As for me, when we organize the campaign, we are confronted by many decisions. Especially, we need to know the capacity of the venue for a few reasons. We need to think carefully about the specific audience that we need to promote and specifically target those groups that are critical to our campaign success. So I suggest Wani will be the one who is the charge of managing the invited guest speaker for the campaign. Is it okay for you?
Alright, no problem. I can make the arrangement with a special speaker that is an expert for help for the campaign. So Azim, can you help me search for any best speaker that we can invite to give a speech on the dangers of smoking to our health?
Sure, Wani. I suggest that we should invite Dr. Hadi Yusuf as our speaker for the campaign. Dr. Hadi Yusuf is one of the best speakers that always talk about the dangers of smoking in many previous campaigns.
Sure, Azim. That's an interesting idea and agree with that also. And there are any further details and ideas about our campaign that you guys want me to know? I think that takes care of the second agenda. Let's get started with the next agenda. How about the date and the time for the campaign to be held? We need to decide a suitable date and time for the campaign by our company. Any suggestion?
In my opinion, our campaign should be held on the 5th of December 2021, which is on the weekend. So I believe that they should be able to attend our event without any difficulty. As for the venue that we discussed before, we will do it in an open hall because it is more comfortable enough for the guests and it would be less crowded because we still adhere to the SOP. I suggest that we do it from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the moment.
I think we should consider one suggestion about the date, December 5, 2021, on Sunday morning. I think it's fine that we choose our weekends early in the morning. So which area in SABRENNA are we going to take?
As far as I am concerned, I have no recommendation regarding this issue. However, NUHA shall conduct through study on the Puncak Perdana housing area that is suitable for our selection.
I would say that I agree with the two of you. I have no objection regarding this matter. Weekend is the most suitable time to hold an event since everyone is not working. Moreover, teenagers and children are not going to school on weekends. How do you feel about that, Azim?
Yes, I also agree with the idea. The date of the campaign that was suggested is really good because it can be a good reason for many people to be able to attend our campaign.
I agree with all of you about the time and date. It's suitable and fine for me. Why not proceed with the date and the time suggested? It is settled then.
Okay, I just like to repeat that we all agree that we set the date and the time on the date of the event on 5th December 2021 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Is that right? I think the date and the time is fine and we expect so many participants will have no problem coming. And the time also is suitable. Now that we have discussed the date and the time, let's move on to our last agenda, which is about the activities.
As for our last agenda, which is about the activities that will be run on the day of the campaign, can we discuss that matter?
Yes, sir, sure. As for the activities, I think we should have an exhibition about the dangers of smoking to the human body. We can find some of the exhibits like anti-smoking arts, like posters, plastic models, and many other relevant stuff.
Wow, that's a good idea. Through the exhibition like this, the campaign can be more attractive and interactive. The participant can see the dangers of the smoking to the delicate body and make them to reduce the habit and eventually to stop smoking completely if they are heavy smokers.
Excuse me for interrupting. I think that is a great suggestion. But what are the other activities beside the exhibition? As for me, I think we should also have activities like quiz on the campaign day. Do you agree with this, Nuha?
As for me, I agree with both of the idea from Azim and Wani. The aggregation and quiz can enable us to interact with the participants of our campaign. At the same time, we can show good public relations with the people that may become our customers.
That's interesting. I also agree with all of you, but we must also prepare the gifts for the people who will get the highest mark for the quiz. I think the gifts can be like hampers maybe.
Exactly, I agree with Azim. We must prepare some gifts for those who have participated in the activities. Then it is settled then for the activities for our campaign.
Right, it's look as though we've covered all the main items. If there are no other comments, I'd like to wrap this meeting up. However, if there is any problem, just make sure to bring it to the next meeting and Jenny will take note.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So the next meeting will be on 16 November 2021 and 10 a.m. also through Google Meet. I declare the meeting is closed. Thank you for your participation in this meeting.
You're welcome,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Welcome, sir. Our
Our
pleasure.
pleasure.